but where I'm at.
In this series, we're exploring the world-famous Ningaloo coast to see if it truly lives up to the hype. In the last episode, we wrapped up a massive first day, finally making it to camp at the stunning North Lefroy campsite. But day 2 brings a change of pace. Calm morning with paddleboard lessons give way to moody sky and rising winds. And just before the sun disappears, we capture something truly special from the air. It's a reminder that out here, anything can happen. So let's go.
Look in the mirror and find me a window crying in the car home. I left you a tear on my cheek, but won't let it stay for too long. I don't wanna ruin the moment, so it's gone before you ever notice. Gone before you ever know. Gone before you ever know. Trying to think of something clever, or just any word, but there's a lot of it inside a head. If I knew how, I'd let you have it. In the halo of the street light.
Well, welcome to a very windy and bit of a miserable North Lefroy. So it's the following day. We didn't actually film much yesterday afternoon because we just spent the time basically having a look around the place, going a bit of a wander, setting up camp, and sorry, I'm just having to watch where I'm walking.
Yeah, we went to pull down the hole.
People having some fun, which is awesome. So we came down a different road to what most people do. Hey, Lise.
Yeah, so Ningaloo Road is closed due to a sand drift. So you have to come up the Coral Bay Coastal Road,
Yep.
Which, it was a corrugated road, sandy track.
It's quite narrow in spots. So it's basically, we probably, what do you reckon, between 30 and 50 sort of kilometres an hour we're doing consistently. And basically we were, whoops, Ivy's just leaving a treat. So basically, yeah, it's quite narrow in spots. It's basically one track, but there's quite often it widens out to different areas where you can pass another vehicle. Obviously, we weren't in a rush, we weren't in a hurry, so we were cruising along. We were giving way to pretty much everyone that came through.
Yes, I will be back.
Okay, so look, regardless of what it is, we're going to show you this, whether it's good or bad. Obviously, this is just it. You come up to these places, it's not always perfect Instagram weather. So the biggest thing with this is we only had 3 weeks notice to do this. We've jagged these tickets,
yeah.
And it's done because we've come up to meet up with some friends, which is the best excuse in the world. So 3 weeks is very unusual to be able to get here. 3 weeks when people are booking usually 6 months out.
Yeah.
So we feel blessed for that reason alone. But one of the things that we went, okay, let's try and swim with whale sharks. Unfortunately, we didn't realise we were right at the end of the season, and we're trying to work out dog sitters, everything like that, and they just kept disappearing, hey?
Yeah, kept saying booked out, unavailable, and
Yep.
They had decent numbers when we were looking, and then
Yep.
we tried to line up pet sitters, and then they'd just disappear or become unavailable. So it wasn't until we got to Coral Bay and walked actually into a tour place that we discovered that the whale sharks have moved on, and they haven't been seen in a good week.
Few weeks.
Yeah. So
they've moved on to humpbacks.
Yeah. So while we're up here, we do have a wildlife wish list that we want to get through. It's quite an extensive list, and whale sharks were on them.
Yep.
Just means we have to come back.
What a shame.
What a shame. But when we were in the tour place, there's this other tour that we're trying to get booked on if we can line up a pet sitter with hopefully the most amazing wildlife, and some of those that are on our wish list, including manta rays.
Manta rays, yep.
And
it's pretty cool because it's the only tour that's run by an actual marine biologist, and he's renowned for finding tiger sharks. So if he finds tiger sharks on the tour and they're behaving, you can actually get in and swim with them. So Hell yes.
Yes.
Let's see. It all depends on Dumps if we can find her some babysitters, because it is an all-day thing. So very much depends on that. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. We'll hope. Hopefully it will.
Yeah. So we are hoping to do Ningaloo as much as we can, dog-friendly Ningaloo as much as we can, and get that wildlife wish list ticked off.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's go. And Lisa wants to go for a walk down the beach and try and capture these ospreys. Well, they weren't ospreys, were they? Not sure what they were, but there was some sort of a bird of prey down there we saw yesterday. And yeah, it's going to be interesting because we are getting blown away.
Yeah, so all the stuff you see on YouTube and how wonderful and pristine and beautiful it is.
Instagram.
Does Ningaloo live up to its hype?
Look, I'm just going to turn you around. I'm trying to stop the wind. We've got our back to the wind for a reason. But look at the hair, but look at the shrubs on the sand dunes. It is, I think it was consistently around that 20 to 30 an
30
hour.
knots.
Knots, sorry.
30 knots, 30 kilometres an
30
hour.
kilometres an hour
gusts.
wind. So
yeah.
it's not crazy, but it's certainly not the best weather. We did have a really, really good morning though, didn't we?
Oh, we
So
did.
we had a great morning.
We taught Ivy how to do stand-up paddleboarding.
So yeah, pretty happy with that actually. For the sake of a few hours, we got to the point where she was actually starting to be quite relaxed. So we might pop that in now, and you can have a look and see what you think of Ivy on the stand-up. Don't tease her about her vest, okay? All right, let's have a look. That's it. That's it. Come on. That's it. Good girl. Good girl.
Good girl, Ivy. Good girl.
That's it. Just sitting here for a bit. Stay there. Sit.
Oh no, she was for treaties.
Sit. Ivy, sit. You need to sit down, sweetie. Sit down. Sit. Come on, sit. Good girl. Yeah, my fingers are off the ground. So this is Ivy's first attempt at stand-up, and honestly she's doing pretty well, considering. I'm just keeping in the shallow, so my feet are off the ground, off the surface. I actually just touched them, so it's still pretty shallow. But yeah, I just want to get her used to it, and obviously it's going to be a long time before I can get out where Lisa is with her without knowing that both of us are going to end up in the water. And not a concern with her going in the water, but it's just a matter of going, how do I get her back on? So that's something that we'll have to practice, I think, because I'm not sure how I'd get her back on if I can't touch the ground myself. How stunning is this place? Unbelievably gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Even through the sound of the sucking ivy. I had the drone up this morning. There's all these shovel-nosed rays, or sharks. They're actually a ray, but everyone calls them sharks. And also stingrays, big large stingrays as well. So very cool. Lisa's gone searching for them now because she's wanted to see one. So we're hoping that we'll see some sharks, something like that. Apparently yesterday, all along this area here, there was a shark swam right along the thing. Some people said it was a tiger, some people said it was a reef shark, so that's pretty different descriptions, so not sure what it was. My suggestion's probably more likely a reef shark. But I'm going to keep practicing with Ivy, and we'll see how we go, and we might risk it. Yeah, you're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. Yes, you are. There's some water. Oh, look at that. Yeah, wet head. Good girl. She's done such a good job. For a girl that's quite a scaredy girl, she's actually doing really well. So, and of course, we filmed it for a while. Lisa didn't fall off. Turned the camera off about 3 minutes later. Whoop, off she goes. Plants it in the water. Now since then she hasn't stood up again.
In the car home, I left you a tear on my cheek, but won't let it stay for too before you ever know. Trying to think of something clever, or just any word, but there's a lot of it inside a head. If I knew how, I'd let you have it. In the halo of the street lights, stomach turning like a fever.
Hang 10 Dumpy! Yay! And woo!
The only thing I will say is this vest is hot. Like, it actually feels really hot on her. So that's something I kept splashing her with water because I was just worried she was getting hot.
A part of me wants you to see. A part of me hopes that you won't look in the mirror to find me. Window crying in the car home. I left you a tear on my cheek, but won't let it stay for too long. I don't wanna ruin the moment, so it's gone before you ever notice. Gone before you ever know.
What are you trying to get me for? What? What did I do?
Come shut the hell up. Do another clock. Do another clock, shut up. Do another clock. No. Oh, yes.
Cheers. So look, while I'm here, Lisa's off doing her photography, so she's down trying to capture some footage of some birds of prey. Just finally got 5 seconds. I want to actually try and do this. Look, we've had a GPS tracker. It's for the camper. So we've had a GPS tracker. It's an Australian product. I will do a review on it later. The problem with it is it relies on cellular signal, which is not a problem on the surface of it, because traditionally they'll get cell signal somewhere. The problem we're finding, and like I said, I will do a more detailed, and this is just a quick chat about it, I will do more of a detailed review on it down the track. The problem I find with it is it takes so long to re-engage with cell signal that it can be miles away. Like, I mean, when we went across the Nullarbor, it was still in Adelaide and we were well and truly into southwest of WA. So not super impressed with that side of it. And the actual tracking, when it's working, it is awesome. It's unreal. So my initial thoughts are, if you're in the CBD or in a more of a built-up metro area, that type of thing, unreal, fantastic, and certainly well priced. But we do remote stuff all the time. It's really frustrating. So I came across this. Now, none of these are sponsored. This is all 100% from our own pocket. So this is Spot Trace. Now, I picked this up. There's a number of different places. I picked it up from Anaconda. The big difference with this is that it doesn't use cell. It uses satellite only. So it actually comes from tracking ships and boats. So it will work anywhere you put it, anywhere at all you actually go. So basically, like now, there's no cell phone signal here at all. We're completely off grid and it's all remote. And basically there's no way you're going to get any signal. Similar sort of size. The difference is this is not waterproof, so this has to be inside your vehicle somewhere, obviously hidden away. This here is fully waterproof, so it's designed for things like ATVs, boats, everything like that. So you put the mount there, everything like that. The one advantage I do like about this is it's rechargeable, which is really good and easy. This uses AAA's, but you can get an adapter that goes in there. But like I said, I'll do more of an in-depth video. So I'm going to set this up and I'm going to see how this goes. I'm going to do a bit of a test over the next month or so on these and just see the difference, see what it's like. So obviously with these, both of these, when you buy them, you buy the unit, then you pay for subscription effectively to monitor it. So I will let you know how I go. Yeah, like I said, just waiting for Lisa to come back. I thought, fine, I've got 5 minutes to do it. I'm just going to sit here and have a play, get this one set up, and be interested to see how they work. All right, let's get into it. With the afternoon weather really closing in and the wind driving us inside the camper, we were just going to cook dinner, kick back, and maybe even watch some YouTube. I decided to risk it, send the drone up for one last run, and wow, I am so glad I did, because if I didn't, we wouldn't have got to see one of our bucket list animals.
She didn't love you back. All she did was leave a hole in your chest. You didn't get that job, even though you really gave it your best. And now you're wondering what's the point of anything at all. But let me tell you what, that's just life putting you through the test. Before the dawn, it's always dark. Before the light, there is a tunnel. Before you run, you gotta stumble. Ooh. When you fall in love, but it don't work out. When you've cried at least 100 times. When you feel so stuck, but you can't get out. Just remember, there will come a day when it all works out, and you didn't even have to try. You will find a way if you hold on now, and remember that the only way is up from here. You say you're getting old, but what do you know about what's to come? 'Cause what the future holds, no